The most important current affairs for today, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is in Mauritius. India-Mauritius inked 8 MOUs to bolster strategic economic relations. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Mauritius witnessed the signing up of multiple memorandum of understandings aimed at enhancing strategic cooperation and economic collaboration between India and Mauritius. These agreements covered areas such as currency settlement, water management, shipping information sharing, and further deepening bilateral ties. Among the key agreements was an MOU between the Central Bank of Mauritius and the Reserve Bank of India on the local currency settlement system, facilitating smoother financial transactions. Additionally, a credit facility agreement was signed between the Government of Mauritius and the State Bank of India to finance projects under the Central Water Authority's pipe replacement program. And coming back, the most important thing, India is going to build Mauritius' new parliament, and India-Mauritius relations are going to be upgraded to enhanced strategic partnership. Now we are going to upgrade our relationship to enhanced strategic partnership, and most importantly, Mauritius and India, they are going to collaborate on various, particularly with respect to defense, with respect to international affairs, with respect to diplomacy and other things. We are going to have better relationship from now on. This is the thing that is coming up between India and Mauritius. The main point is India and Mauritius relationship was enhanced to enhanced strategic partnership, and India is supporting construction of Mauritius new parliament. This news is very, very important. And next important news. India is conducting talks with the Democratic Republic of Congo to sign an agreement securing supplies of critical minerals such as cobalt and copper. The world's fastest growing major economy, that is India, have started an effort to secure critical minerals from resource-rich nations such as Congo, Mongolia, Zambia to help energy transition efforts and fill growing demands from its industries. As part of India's increasing efforts to scout for mineral assets abroad, the Mining Ministry of India is now under talks with and also Indian Foreign Ministry is sending a team. Indian Foreign Ministry and Mining Ministry is sending a team to Congo to explore the possibilities along with experts and geologists also. Congo is the world's top producer of cobalt. Congo is the world's top producer of cobalt, a key component in batteries for electric vehicles and mobile phones, while copper is used widely in power generation, electronics and construction. So, in 2023 prelims, you got a question. About 3/4 of the world's cobalt, a metal required for manufacturing of batteries for electric vehicles, is produced by which country? In 2023 prelims, the question was asked about Congo. So, India is going to ink a pact with Congo with respect to cobalt, copper, etc. India is now trying to procure critical minerals from foreign countries to boost up its e-vehicles and other electronic industries. So, the similar question was asked in 2023 prelims also, which we need to be very, very cautious. We need to focus on that question. So, coming back, the other important news. NASA successfully launched twin missions to study Sun, history of the universe. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration of America launched SPEAR-X and Punch space missions from the Vandenberg Space Force in California after multiple delays in the launch since February 27th of this year. The launch of SPEAR-X and Punch marks a new era in our quest for knowledge about the universe and its many mysteries. A few minutes into the launch, after the first stage, NASA confirmed that SPEAR-X, the full form of SPEAR-X is Spectrophotometer for the History of the Universe, EPO of Reionization, and ISIS Explorer Observatory has separated from Falcon 9 at the second stage. The science mission will take place from Sun synchronous orbit about 650 kilometers above the Earth. An hour post the launch, NASA said that it received the first and full signal acquisition from SPEAR-X and NASA's SPEAR-X telescope to provide new insights into the universe's early history. This SPEAR-X This will provide new insights to our early history of the universe. So NASA have launched 2 missions. One is SpearX and second is Punch. Both are space missions. The Punch mission is seeking to answer how the sun's atmosphere transitions to the solar wind, how structures in the solar wind are formed, and how these processes influence Earth and the rest of the solar system. The mission involves 4 suitcase-sized satellites observe the sun and its environment, whereas SpearX will actually go into the details of the universe early history. So NASA launched two important missions. Next, interesting news. The news about anti-discrimination in India. Dalit families are allowed to enter into Gideshwar Shiv temple in Bengal after the end of 300-year-old caste discrimination in Gideshwar Shiv temple, breaking the shackles of the caste-based discrimination practiced in the rural pockets of West Bengal for nearly 3 centuries. Representatives of 130 Dalit families for the first time set feet inside the Gideshwar Shiv temple in Purba, Bardhaman district on March 12th. A group of 5 members of Das families, 4 women and man from nearby areas, they were allowed to enter into the temple, Gideshwar Shiv temple. As you all know, in India, even today, in many holy places and temples, Dalits are not allowed. But you have seen from 100 years we are struggling for anti-discrimination. Particularly, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar have led temple entry movements, including Kalaram temple entry movement, Kerala SNDPY movement, Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalana Mahamandapa movement, and Vaikom Satyagraha is also very important. So, with all these things, right now in India, there is a progressive step towards temple entry to all communities, including Dalits. So, you have to remember this. And caste-based discrimination is abolished. It's a crime in India. Particularly, Article 17 of the Indian Constitution speaks about untouchability. So, coming back, the other interesting news. We all know that China's version of generative artificial intelligence is DeepSeek. After DeepSeek, China launches Manas, new artificial intelligence assistant. A powerful new AI tool, Manas, is making its way in China, fueling hopes that it could replicate the success of DeepSeek, which earlier this year rattled the global tech industry with its state-of-art chatbot. Really, DeepSeek have rocked the tech industry for the 2 months back. Manas, an AI agent, generally considered more advanced than chatbot, can do everything from analyzing the stock markets to creating a personalized travel handbook for a trip with simple instructions from users, and also it can do anything. Manas is the new AI assistant developed by China. After DeepSeek, China is developing Manas, M-A-N-U-S. Remember, this news is very, very important. After DeepSeek, China is developing Manas. This news is very important. Next important news, India imposes 150% tariffs on American alcohol, 100% tariffs on agricultural products. The statement given by White House. The White House discussed the tariffs the various nations have imposed on US, specially mentioned about India that imposed 150% tariffs on American alcohol and 100% on agricultural products. So, America is now discussing on tariffs imposed on America by various countries, including India. America is very much concerned about that. And Donald Trump has implemented tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China, citing concerns about border control and fentanyl trafficking into America. American Vice President J.D. Vance is set to visit India later this month, accompanied by his wife, Usha Vance. During his first foreign visit, Vice President J.D. Vance sparked a reaction at Munich Security Conference. You all know that he attended Munich Security Conference, where he has discussed about Europe's problems, human rights issues, illegal migrants, religious freedom, all these things. So now he is coming to India, and particularly Usha Vance, his wife, they are from Telugu community. They are going to visit India, first visit after he got elected as Vice President. And coming to the other news, Retail inflation at a 7-month low and food prices decline. India's retail inflation dipped to a 7-month low of 3.6% as food prices eased in February 2025. So particularly, if you see, the increase in CPI, Consumer Price Index, which measures the retail prices, have slowed for the 4th consecutive month and is now lower than the RBI's target inflation of 4%. So it's a good news. Retail inflation is low and food prices are declining in India, and Consumer Price Index also, it is coming down so that Indians can afford basic food. Poor people also can afford basic food. In a way, it's good temporarily. Coming back, Pakistan train siege ends. 340 freed, 27 soldiers died. So this is a drama. It went on throughout yesterday. Balochistan Liberation Army, they have seized the Pakistan's train and Jafar Express, and they have demanded many things. But finally, out of 24 hours of siege, many soldiers also got killed. Finally, that train got liberated. Unfortunately, many people got killed also in the entire episode. You all know Balochistan is the richest province in Pakistan, but the province riches, the minerals and the mines which are very, very crucial for that province are not utilized for the development of the province. They are being used for the development of other provinces in Pakistan. And China-Pakistan Economic Corridor goes through that province. Gwadar Port is in that province, and in fact it has a long border with Afghanistan also. But Balochistan Liberation Army demands that there should be independence to the province for the development of the province. So the fight between the government of Pakistan and the rebel groups in Balochistan is not new. It happens regularly, but this is a big incident. In Mauritius, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that free, open, secure and safe Indian Ocean was a common priority for both India and Mauritius. Mr. Modi, who is on today visit to Mauritius, he said he delivered a great lecture there along with Mauritian Prime Minister Naveen Ramgoolam. Prime Minister Modi also conveyed India's unambiguous support for the sovereignty of Mauritius over the Chagos archipelago. And in the next 5 years, 500 civil servants of Mauritius will be trained in India. So we are going to train not only Indian civil servants, not only Bhutanese civil servants, but also Mauritius civil servants. We have also agreed to settle trade matters through local currencies. The Prime Minister of Mauritius and Prime Minister of India agreed the defense cooperation and maritime security as important parts of strategic partnership for free, open, secure and safe Indian Ocean. So the two sides are now trying to conduct their trade through local currencies. That's also an interesting thing. They are conducting their trade through local currencies. It's a very important thing. And American tariffs on steel and aluminium started. President Donald Trump's increased tariffs on all US steel and aluminum imports took effect from March 12th, stepping up a campaign to reorder global trade norms in favor of America. But definitely I can tell you, it also affects America. It is not in favor of America, it also affects America. Many investors are now taking away their money from American markets, fearing a big trade war, fearing the indirect tariff war might affect their investments. American stock markets are not doing good now. People say that it might bounce back very soon, but even though they bounce back, I think that will be the temporary bouncing and in future I can definitely tell there will be a big effect if Trump do not change his ways with respect to tariffs. If Trump continues a similar tariff structures, it's very difficult to get on. This is a thing that is coming up. Coming to the other important news, Chhattisgarh. So you all know that Operation Kagar, Government of India with a deadline launched Operation Kagar to eliminate all extremism and Naxalism in India. So Chhattisgarh government now brought a policy for Naxalites, that is Maoists, Chhattisgarh Naxal Surrender, Victim Relief and Rehabilitation Policy 2025. In that policy, financial assistance, rehabilitation, education, employment and other support system to the Maoists who surrendered. So it's a policy of carrot and stick. On the one side, government launched Operation Kagar. On the other side, Chhattisgarh government particularly launched surrender policy also for Naxalites, so that if they come and join in the mainstream, they'll get a lot of support from the government. This policy who changed it, controlling, minimizing and completely ending Naxalism from India. That is a policy Chhattisgarh government have announced. And the other important news is coming up from Russia, Ukraine. We all know that America is actually conducting talks with respect to Russia and Ukraine. Yesterday, Ukrainian President Zelensky agreed for a temporary peace deal with Russia, and now the ball is in the Russian court. And Russian President Putin has put 3 conditions, not yet completely concluded, but 3 conditions. One is Ukraine should not be allowed in NATO. Second is in Ukraine foreign troops should not be stationed. And the third is Russian sovereignty over Crimea and 4 other territories which it occupied in Ukraine should be uninterrupted and should be protected. And then only Russia will come to talks for the peace deal. These are the conditions given by Russian President Putin. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ న్యూస్.
కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్ సంబంధించి ప్రత్యేకంగా సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ ఎగ్జామ్ సంబంధించి ఏ ఆప్షన్ చూస్ చేసుకోవాలి, ప్రిపరేషన్ ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి, ఏ బుక్స్ రిఫర్ చేయాలి, ఇలాంటి డౌట్స్ ఉంటే CSBIS అకాడమీని కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు. దీనికి సంబంధించి నా పర్సనల్ అపాయింట్మెంట్ ఈ వీడియో పైన డిస్ప్లే అవుతున్న కాంటాక్ట్ నెంబర్కి ఫోన్ చేసి తీసుకోవచ్చు.